Level 1. The Wage Slave. Your first paycheck hits. The gross is $2,847. After federal, state, FICA, and health insurance, you're left with $1,963. You stare at that number for about 3 seconds, then kill the banking app. That's the American payroll machine in a nutshell. Your employer makes every important decision before you even see a dime. W-2s, FICA taxes, 401k defaults, this trap was set in stone with the Social Security Act of 1935. It wasn't designed to build your wealth. It was designed to keep you liquid enough to consume and desperate enough to keep working. You're living in Austin, Texas. Rent is $1,450. Student loans are $380. The car note is $290. You've got maybe $200 to $300 in disposable income, assuming nothing goes wrong this month. You aren't living. You're just keeping the engine running. At this level, there's only one rule. Your time belongs to someone else. You trade 40 hours for a number that barely carries you to the next 40. The system doesn't need you to understand it. It just needs you to play along. You don't realize it yet, but that's the most dangerous place to be. Level 2. The Awakened. It's a Tuesday night, and you've spent 4 hours falling down the r/personal finance rabbit hole. For the first time, you stop seeing net worth as a static number and start seeing it as a variable you can actually control. You download YNAB. You track every cent. You realize you're burning $340 a month on Uber Eats and $127 on subscriptions you forgot you even had. You cancel 2 of them. You start meal prepping. You bump your 401k contribution to 6%, just enough to capture the full employer match. This is the most critical move at this stage. The match is the only truly free money in the American system. If your employer offers a 50% match up to 6%, you're getting a guaranteed 50% return on your money before it even touches the market. Most people know this. Almost no one executes it. You open a Roth IRA. 2024 limit is $7,000. You build a $1,000 emergency fund. You finish, I will teach you to be rich. But there's a catch. You're optimizing a fixed income system. You've squeezed your expenses to the limit, but the ceiling is still there. Frugality only takes you so far. You're starting to feel the wall. Level 3. The Investor. March 2021. You put your first $5,000 into an ETF, ticker symbol VTI. You now own a piece of the entire U.S. stock market. The S&P 500 averages roughly 10.5% annually. Adjusted for inflation, it's about 7%. That's not a promise, it's a historical average. $10,000 at 7% becomes $19,672 in 10 years, $38,697 in 20, and $76,123 in 30. Time is the only variable in this system you can't buy back. Then, you pivot to real estate. You find a 3-bedroom in Tucson, Arizona. List price, $285,000. Market rent, $1,800. You use an FHA loan with 3.5% down. That's $9,975. Between the mortgage, insurance, and taxes, you're looking at $1,650. You're clearing $150 in monthly cash flow, while someone else pays down your debt and the property appreciates. This is the fundamental shift. Assets are things that work for you. Liabilities are things you work for. Your car is a liability. Your rental is an asset. They don't teach you that at level 1. The cost? Your social life starts to shrink. Your friends are hitting the bars on Friday night. You're listening to Bigger Pockets. You're starting to think about money in a language they don't speak anymore. The distance is real, and it's only getting wider. Level 4. The business owner. You file for an LLC. In the US, filing fees vary. $90 in Delaware, $75 in Nevada, $300 in Texas. You choose Delaware. Its legal system is the gold standard. Over 60% of the Fortune 500 are registered there for a reason. You launch an online business, a service firm, or you package your expertise into a scalable product. The what doesn't matter as much as the structure. Your income is now decoupled from your clock. By electing S-Corp status, you split your income into salary and dividends, legally dodging the 15.3% self-employment tax on a portion of your earnings. Suddenly, your life is tax-deductible. The home office, the car, the travel, the gear. Your effective tax rate plummets. The new risk? You're responsible for other people now. Employees, contractors, vendors. One bad debt can snap your cash flow. One labor dispute can lead to a lawsuit. You need a business attorney, a CPA, and professional liability insurance. A mistake no longer costs just your time. It costs someone else's paycheck, someone else's trust, and the reputation you spent 3 years building. You finally understand the meaning of sleepless money. Level 5. The Capital Architect. You stop playing with your own money. This is the wall between Level 5 and everything that came before. You start using OPM, other people's money. You borrow from private lenders at 8% to 12% to acquire assets that yield 15% to 20%. Your profit comes from the spread, not your sweat. You step into the world of private equity. You become the general partner, GP, of a small real estate fund. The limited partners, LPs, provide the capital. You provide the vision and the deal flow. A typical structure. The LPs get an 8% preferred return, and any upside is split 80-20. You take that 20% carried interest just for being the architect. You're now holding 7 rentals in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro. Total value, $2.1 million. Total debt, $1.4 million. Equity, $700,000. Net cash flow, $4,200 a month. At this level, the logic is simple. You don't sell time, you sell structure. Your value isn't in what you do, but in what you've built. The cost is invisible, but heavy. Your name is on the contracts, the titles, and the LLC filings. You start needing protection. Asset protection trusts, anonymous LLCs, umbrella policies. You start learning how to vanish from public records. Your circle shrinks to the few people who actually understand what you're doing. You stop explaining yourself. Level 6. The Ghost. Nobody knows how much money you have. That's not an exaggeration. It's an operational reality. Your assets are scattered across entities in multiple states, holding companies in Delaware, anonymous LLCs in Wyoming, asset protection trusts in Nevada. Your name doesn't appear on a single public deed. Your net worth is north of $5 million, but your personal W-2 might only show $80,000. You don't do deals anymore, you approve them. Your team, lawyers, CPAs, asset managers, property management firms, runs the machine without you in the room. You have 1 meeting a quarter to review the books, sign the docs, and make the calls. You measure your time in days, not hours. The power structure has shifted. You are the destination for information, not the source. Every decision leads to you, but you don't touch the execution. Your influence is felt through the structure, not your presence. But there's one thing no one tells you before you get here. You lose that lightness regular people have. You can't just talk to anyone because you never know what they're after. You can't just trust because you know trust has a price tag. You're sitting in a house on Lake Austin on a Saturday afternoon, looking at a $1.2 million view, and you can't remember the last time you were truly relaxed. The freedom is real. So is the cost. Both are true.